Every Osu player starts the game in more or less the same way. They download the game either because they like rhythm games or think it's a good way to improve their aim in FPSs. It is not. Eventually though, they face their first choice: continue or go back and forget everything. Those who choose to continue will eventually stumble upon another choice situation: mouse or tablet. For as long as tablets were introduced into the community, the question has remained with a single answer: preference. And although many swear by one peripheral or the other one, the answer stands especially true nowadays as the highest echelon is filled with both playstyles. Even more fascinatingly, the top 3 is currently filled with 2 mouse players. This hasn't happened since forever. On the other hand, keyboard debates mostly surround different brands, switches, and materials, and I guess nowadays whether or not the keyboard has rapid trigger. But even then, with keyboards it's more or less preference again. But how far the term preference can be stretched? I mean, there have been instances of players trying different devices as a fun challenge, like tapping with a controller or full-on playing with feet. Although it typically is a one-off thing, no one has ever really pushed any unconventional playstyles to their limits. I mean, who would be such a masochist to MrDinklepuss is one-of-a-kind player, not only committing to one of the most unconventional playstyles ever witnessed, but also succeeding to heights I don't think even the most delusional person could have predicted. He has well surpassed the top 1000 barrier and has impressed every single set of eyes that has ever witnessed any of his plays. But as with any player or person that has reached grounds never stepped foot on by anyone else, often the journey makes the achievement ever more so impressive. And it's no different for MrDinklepuss. His story spans over 4 years of unwavering dedication to a playstyle that we may never likely see replicated again, at least not to the level of him.
Whew. Yes! Yes. Oh my god.
But as with every end, there's a beginning. This video is brought to you by viewers like you. You watching my video or videos is already more than I could ask for. It has allowed me to continue to feel and act upon that feeling to make new videos, because I know that there are and will continue to be people who want to see them. And although I haven't been the most consistent with my uploads, there is now a way in which you can support me so that this would no longer be an issue. The Tree Connoisseur membership program. For €1 a month, you will not just be supporting me directly, but also have some perks for it. For one, you'll receive previews of upcoming videos via snippets, which will be up way before the actual video goes up. Alongside those short snippets, you will have even longer members-only videos. These may include interviews or special videos upon your requests, or something that I just want the members to see. And on top of that, you will be granted access to special channels in my Discord server where you can see updates on upcoming videos, plus member-exclusive chats. And more importantly, you will be able to use custom emojis and have a cool badge to your name in the comments, and they will vary depending on how long you've been supporting me. And of course, your support will not go without credit, because you will be in a list of other members in every single video after you become a member. You will see these and other perks while joining the Tree Connoisseur membership. This is out of your free will, and I'm already more than glad that you're just watching my videos. This extra support can be a way for me to make more videos on a more consistent basis. I thank you very much for any kind of support you give me. Now back to the video. MrDinklepuss would start playing Osu much further back than you'd probably expect, as his account dates back to May 2014. He would immediately fawn over the game, putting in over 1,000 plays in many of the earlier months, eventually reaching his peak of rank 13,000. And even though he was still playing quite actively, he just wasn't able to gain any more ranks. And as he was itching closer to the 2-year mark of him playing the game, he would slowly but surely play less and less until it was no more. But if there's anything Osu is known for, it's that you can never truly escape it. Although it would take a lot of time, as a matter of fact 5 years time, Dinklepuss would come back to the game in 2021. In those 5 years, his rank decayed from 13,000 to 60,000, which honestly isn't that bad. Luckily, this decay wouldn't stop him from enjoying the game again, but nothing really would stand out for the moment. Until one day. While browsing YouTube, he stumbled upon a certain video. It would be one of the many videos where a person would be playing Osu using one foot to tap and the other one to aim. Although most people would see these videos and just take them for their absurdity, MrDinklepuss saw potential. As MrDinklepuss had prior dance experience, he would take upon a different approach to this challenge. Since aiming with anything besides your dominant hand is nearly impossible, the new quirk was clear. It was apparent from the beginning that this is not an easy playstyle to adapt towards. Forget tapping consistency. Tapping with your feet or just stomping requires more muscles and is much more strenuous than using two fingers. This at first greatly hinders your stamina, but on top of that, using your feet and always lifting them up hinders your aim as you need to also control your body. And having an unstable aim is far from ideal. It obviously wouldn't be an immediate switch to the playstyle. I mean, have you tried stomping with your feet consistently? But MrDinklepuss is no ordinary person. As he was getting used to the pedals, he was also switching between mouse and tablet. Although playing normally, he was much more akin to mouse, being able to set 300s and a 400. Eventually, with his full commitment to pedals, he would also commit to playing with tablet. Although he would end 2021 being far from his normal playstyle peak, comparing how he was in August to the end of the same year, it was looking really promising. And it would become especially apparent in the earlier months of 2022, as he would surpass the 200 PP barrier and just a week later, getting another play well past that barrier. These two scores would also give him a solid notoriety boost, as the two videos would surpass 1,000 views. Although it wasn't much, especially for such a playstyle, people were noticing him more. Dinklepuss would continue to get more and higher PP plays, while also dabbling into stream maps. From his play on Shinku no Senko on March 24th, 2023, you can see not only improvement in hand-foot coordination, but he was also a lot more stable while playing. And with this new interest in stream maps, he would get a pass on the Big Black.
No way! No way, dude. I haven't even passed this map before.
I mean, I can't even pass the map, and I've been playing this game for 4 years. Still can't. Although he was playing an array of different maps, without a doubt the best ones for him at the time were jump maps. And since 200 PP plays were no longer a big challenge for him, Dinklepuss would surpass the next barrier on Rambu no Melody.
Oh my god, let's go!
This plays an important point in Dinklepuss's career for two reasons. For one, it was the first 300 PP play with pedals, and for two, it was the first major spotlight moment for both him and the playstyle, as the video raked in over 13,000 views, surpassing any other upload of his by over 10,000 views. And without a doubt, this increase in viewership gave some motivation to the man. Although after this point, 300s were rolling in a matter of days, there were still some issues with this playstyle, because although at lower levels these issues can kind of be overlooked, they would certainly affect his playing ability later down the line. And the main issue was stability, and to tackle it, he made two important changes. The first change was his area. Being inspired by fellow Canadian players like Zudinator and Azer, he noticed their incredible aim control, and in many ways it could be because of their area. Now, although it isn't the sole reason, it can definitely help for some people. And sure as well, after the switch, Dinklepuss's aim and consistency improved exponentially, being able to set 300s on a stream-to-stream basis. And the other change was his chair. Now, although people do joke about gaming chairs and that they're the sole reason pro players are of their status, for MrDinklepuss, getting a new chair and removing the wheels actually helped a lot with stability. So with these changes, he also became a much better stream stomping player, getting a 300 on the Power Rangers stream farm map. But what do you get when you combine solid no-mod jump aim and an improvement in stream consistency? Well, you get this.
Woo! 360!
Not only was this arguably the most impressive play in his entire catalog of plays, The play itself spread like wildfire across the community, with many notable figures commenting on the absurdity of someone FCing a map like Muay Thai while tapping with their feet. Oh, but it wouldn't end there. On the same day, he would also choke a 400 PP play by footlocking.
No! My foot gave out.
By now he was basically at the same level he was before, but this time with pedals. And on top of his solid aim, he was also now a very capable stream player, showcasing his stream improvement by seeing maps like Glory Days and the infamous Leah Kate stream slop. So it would be logical that the next step was a 400 PP play. I mean, it is logical, though this would be the first of many tougher barriers. Since his previous 400 PP play was very underwhelming, a 400 PP play with pedals would be something new for him, not just with the playstyle, but also in his Osu playing career. The consistency needed for many of the maps he was aiming the 400 to get on were not easy. The first time he got close was on Through the Fire and the Flames, a 7-minute consistency fest. He would then also get a crazy run on Hard Demolition, which also would have been a 400 PP play if he had full comboed the map. But he would finally push the ceiling on February 28th.
Holy shit, we got the 400. Oh my god. It happened.
This play was the push that was needed, as it opened the doors for many, and I mean many, new 400s. In the month of March, he would pop off consistently, beginning it by FCing Sashoku and choking an 8-minute Oral Cigarette song compilation, both of these plays being over the 400 barrier, showcasing that the first 400 was all that he needed to get many more right afterwards. And next upon the chopping block was Through the Fire and the Flames, which he would quickly make do of.
We got it. No way. Oh my god.
He would end the month of March by re-FCing Muay Thai. This would be the play that would send him over the rank 10,000 barrier, meaning that MrDinklepuss was the world's first 4-digit foot-playing Osu player. And he wouldn't even stop there, as he would start itching closer to the 500 PP barrier, this time by FCing a higher difficulty of Glory Days. But although he was close with this play, he would tone his playing down a bit, trying out other games like Cuphead, which he would also play with his feet. Because of course he would.
No!
But maybe that was exactly what he needed, as his next big play was on June 12th, 2023.
Oh my god, it's a 500. Oh my god. Yes! Yeah!
And in similar fashion to his first 400 PP play, the breaching of this barrier would also open up the doors for bigger and better scores to come, as very soon after he would choke another 600 PP play on A Voice in the Dark.
Oh my god.
And looking a bit closer at this play, it is clear that by now his tapping had become insanely consistent, only really faltering on 1/3 nodes, as he has to manage the more incremental tapping with his legs rather than his fingers, which is obviously a lot harder. And he would also get a new top play, this time on the cut version of Blue Zenith on July 27th.
Yes!
However, for the rest of the summer, top plays and specifically 500s weren't coming in. As much as it is joked about, go touch grass during the summer months. As a matter of fact, after you're done with this video, go outside for a walk. Maybe this is the whole point. But this didn't mean that he was not playing the game. As a matter of fact, he even reached the top 5,000 in late September of 2023.
Holy shit, I got it. There we go.
But once again, this break would prove to be something important, because he would FC sidetrack Day.
.504, let's f***ing go, dude.
3 days later, he would get a new top play on Slider.
There it is.
Then another 500 on Lionheart.
Oh, no.
And to end the year off, a leaderboard score.
We got it. Is that a global? Oh, number 12.
This was a very nice way to end the year 2023, as he not only surpassed the 400 but also the 500 PP threshold. So there was a bright light coming from the year 2024. And quite honestly, I don't think anyone could have predicted what kind of year it would be for MrDinklepuss. The year would begin with two key plays, the first one being a 6-minute 210 BPM stream map FC. This play showcased not just improvement in consistency, as he got over 2.7k combo on the map, but also his increase in stomping speed, which is a lot harder to improve at with legs, as your legs are much bigger muscles than your fingers. The other play was slightly slowed down at 200 BPM, and that was his FC on My Heart Will Go On. This was his new top play at 585 PP.
Bless! Of course the Yak run gets the FC.
With these two plays, both his improvement at speed and consistency made it feel that a 600 was inevitable, just a step away. And it really was just a step away, as on February 10th, he'd cross that exact barrier.
Oh my god. My pulse in my neck.
In similar fashion to his first 500, this was a choke. This play also caught the attention of none other than BTMC.
The first ever 600 PP with feet. How does this dude only have 13,000 views on this video? Wait, he's full alternating with his feet. Dude, his calves must be jacked, man.
By now, it was more than clear what Dinklepuss's preferences for maps were. Lengthy stream maps. And although in the past, to get scores above 700 and 800, you'd more than likely have to use Hard Rock, over the years, many and new stream farm maps had been ranked. And although most people overlook maps like Valley of the Veil, Dragonstar, and just say that they're speed maps, they have higher difficulties that actually are worth a lot of PP even with no mod. And around this time, in spring of 2024, a now infamous stream farm map was ranked. Epitaph. If you were a stream player, you had to play this map. And since Dinklepuss was a stream player, and a really good one by this point, he put in some attempts into the map and got this score.
Oh my god, no! No! Oh my god, dude. The shakes. Why? Why every top play is a choke?
Even with it being a choke, the play was worth 600. But he wouldn't leave the map at it being a choke. There's one thing about Dinklepuss, and it's a pretty big reason why he has even reached these grounds. And it is that he will put in hundreds, if not thousands of attempts on maps just to get a score he wants. And so in over a month, he'd put in 400 plays on the map. And sure as well, it would pay off.
Oh my god. We did it.
Say what you want about Epitaph, but the score and the dedication paints a much bigger picture and raises a bigger question. Is this playstyle viable, or is Dinklepuss a 1 in a billion player? No, I mean seriously. A 700 PP play while tapping with feet is a sentence that does not sound real at all. But as I mentioned before, part of the reason why he even reached this point is his unwavering dedication and his ability to put in hundreds of attempts on singular maps. I think anyone with this kind of dedication would reach higher grounds than if not using this method. But another thing this score produced was quite possibly one of the best tweet exchanges. On Aryu's life, I am
On Aryu's life, I'm getting a 700 this year.
You telling me the guy who plays with his feet and has a top hat and a monocle got a 700 before Spaza? Nah, I'm cooked. The description of Dinklepuss is the cherry on top. This tweet perfectly outlines the absurdity of Dinklepuss and what he has been able to do. Also, on a side note, he plays with shades, and if you've ever tried to play Osu with sunglasses, how do you read high approach rate? But what was more unreal was that he nearly got another 700. He would FC the hardest parts of Honesty and tragically miss aim on the very last streams. But an even more tragic choke would come soon afterwards, and it would be one on Raise My Sword.
Oh, I tried so hard to push through the nerves.
180 BPM heart rate. Where have we seen this before? And I mean, it's understandable. Raise My Sword is one of the most iconic stream maps and one of the hardest because of the changing BPMs. And getting one is probably one of the most sought after things. So the heart rate and the tragedy is more than understandable. And as the summer months were approaching, this would mean that Dinklepuss's play count would dip once again. Still playing the game, but just not at the same output as before. However, this is also partly because he was in the process of making and eventually launching his own Tosu pedals. He would even announce them with a video.
Are you an ex-Osu player who quit because of RSI? Do you hate when your hands cramp up mid-stream? Do you hate when people make fun of your chicken legs? Well, I have the product for you. Introducing the official Tosu pedals. These pedals are custom made.
Oh hey, that's me! Although the summer months of 2024 were a little slow, what was to follow more than made up for everything before. He would put out crazy runs on a variety of stream maps, showcasing his improvement with 222 BPM on maps like Yomi Yori, and the newer Snow Sleep, which is a map that is worth 900 for a high accuracy no mod full combo. On top of that, a new addition to his play was added, the Hard Rock mod. He would showcase his improvement with the mod by basically FCing Sidetrack Dave.
No, not the f***ing slider break.
Slider breaking here doesn't count, in my opinion. He'd also get an FC on the Short Blue Zenith worth 600, this being his highest Hard Rock PP play. But this specific combination of 220 BPM and Hard Rock will come up later down the line. But before that would happen, he would finally fix his most tragic choke.
Oh! Oh my god! Holy sh**. Yes! Yes! Oh my god.
But obviously he wouldn't end it there, because he would also get a 1 slider break choke on the 7-star Yomi Yori.
Unfortunate.
220 BPM with pedals, and with this accuracy as well? This only meant that something was brewing. And the thing that was brewing? 2 700s by the end of the year. The first one was NFC on Honesty, finally fixing his choke.
Yo! Let's go!
Nice.
I kept the nerves low.
And the other one, on the Whisper of Ancient Rocks in a Santa cosplay.
Oh, new top play, let's go!
This awfully reminds me when Bubble Man FC'd Everything Will Freeze with Hard Rock in a cosplay. Maybe there is something to it. More top players should try this method. But the play on the Whisper of Ancient Rocks was a choke, and if not for his one miss, one slider break, this play would have been his first 800. So although in the beginning of 2024, probably not many people expected an 800, also probably because he didn't have a single 600, it being a possibility by the end of 2024 only could mean that 2025 would be probably the craziest year by far. And so entering the year 2025, MrDinklepuss would set quite possibly one of the best passes with pedals to this day. I mentioned before that the combination of hard rock and 220 BPM would show up once again. So what map is infamous for both of these things?
Oh. Let's go! Yo, with hard rock too.
A hard rock pass on Freedom Dive 4 Dimensions. The very one that Cookiezi has the most infamous score in the game. It's not just that he passed a hard 222 BPM stream map, it's that the hard rock mod was also used, it decreasing the hit window and increasing the HP drain, meaning that chain missing is not an option. This really is the most impressive pass he has. Seeing this score, one word comes to mind: endgame. But at the same time, when I made my first video on Dinklepuss, I thought surely Through the Fire and the Flames was the peak. Well, I guess I was wrong. And again, one of the reasons why he has such scores is the attempts he puts into these maps. And one such map was Valley of the Veil, and after putting in over 1200 plays, he would get a new top play.
Yeah! No way, dude.
An 800 PP play was truly inevitable now. He was more than able to get good accuracy on these kinds of stream maps, and although options became more and more limited as the skill ceiling was increased, he was able to diversify his skill set by adding in hard rock into the mix. And so on February 21st, 2025, MrDinklepuss would make Tosu history.
Oh my god. Oh my god. No way.
An 800 PP play with pedals. The milestone itself is something that less than 2,000 people in the game have achieved, and MrDinklepuss is the only one that has done it without using a keyboard as an input device. As someone who has been following MrDinklepuss from very early on, seeing him go from 300s to now 800s is just surreal. And it's surreal for the rest of the community, as the score got over 1.7 thousand upvotes on the Osu game subreddit, which if you know anything about, if a score has over 1,000 upvotes, it is something you have to see. And an 800 PP play with pedals truly is something I think everyone should see. But what was even more surreal was that he was close to reaching the summit, aka top 1,000. And actually he was much closer than anyone could have anticipated, as just a week later, on February 27th, he would be the first Osu player to actually climb to the summit.
Whew! Let's go! Yes! Yes, 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 yes. Oh my god. 3-digit! They said it couldn't be done!
Out of the 25.5 million users that exist in the game, Dinklepuss reached the top 0.004%, better known as the top 1000. This achievement for any player is monumental, but Dinklepuss isn't any kind of player. Although he is the first, and probably the first one for a really long time of his kind to reach such a status, this does once again raise the question of whether or not this playstyle can be viable. Even though Dinklepuss is currently the only one at any heights with this playstyle, his achievements speak volumes to the question surrounding preference. And to top it all off, just over 2 weeks after reaching the top 1000, he would experiment farming with Hard Rock on the map Age of Tyranny. Although this map with Hard Rock is OD10, meaning getting high accuracy is extremely challenging, it is no longer something that would deter MrDinklepuss.
Oh, let's go! Oh my god!
Another 800 PP play, this time it being with Hard Rock. And just look at that unstable rate. The improvement at the mod has and will continue to open doors for more and better scores to come, especially considering the maps that have come out in the recent years. He actually did choke a 900 on Epitaph with Hard Rock, getting 5 misses. And although it is Epitaph, it is still a 900, which is just insane to consider that this is something possible with pedals. And as we know the trend of MrDinklepuss, the summer will be quiet, but watch out for everything after September. Whether you see the Tosu playstyle as a gimmick, there is one thing that this playstyle does that I think must be mentioned, and it is that it gives an opportunity for more people to try out Osu. But what do I mean by this? For one, there is an argument to be made that this would be an easier way for drummers to play Osu. This is also something that Dinklepuss has said. But for two, there are people out there that like games that aren't able to play them, either due to complications with one of their arms or lack of one. This playstyle gives an opportunity for them to play Osu without the need to play either mouse only or just with the relax mod. This honestly is the most beautiful thing about the playstyle. And to have Dinklepuss, someone who has proven that this is more than a viable playstyle, and someone who has made custom pedals with durability and a wider application in mind, be the face of the playstyle is the best possible outcome. And although Dinklepuss currently is the only notable and known player with this kind of playstyle, I hope it won't stay like that. I truly hope that this can be a method of play that is recognized and accessible for any kind of Osu player.